What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts. Guys, yes, I just finished a plate of hamburger helper. Yes, my tum-tum is feeling grumbly, but that's not important right now because there's more important things to talk about right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. So, for a little context of this video, every couple weeks, I go through and I look at all the upcoming sets. I look at all the upcoming news I should be expecting to come out. Like I'll look at, for example, deck build packs and be like, okay, we still got 2 archetypes that we should get in the next 1 to 2 weeks, something like that. And I guesstimate like that we have 15 more cards for Phantom Rays to come out, like stuff like that. And I did that today, but I actually found something very, very interesting. So we only have 1 archetype that has come out for the deck build pack Genesis Impactors. In fact, we don't even have this officially announced for the actually, I think we have it announced, but I don't think we have an official date, I believe. I think that's what it is, but we do have 1 archetype revealed, and that is the Draitron archetype. Now, and when I went to look at this, I ran into something interesting. I don't know if you could see it right in the middle. There's something missing, and I think that's incredibly important. Okay, here is what I am saying. The monsters in Draitron in the OCG set go from number 24 in the set to number 29 in the set. And these spells and traps go from number 31 in the set to number 36 in the set. There is an opening here that they have not revealed yet, which means essentially what I can assume, okay, I'm still assuming, but this is almost like as much of a gimme as you can take. We're gonna get another ritual monster for Draitron, which is awesome. Awesome, because that definitely is something that I was wondering with the archetype. It's an archetype that, yes, you have a lot of good extenders, a lot of good searchers, you have consistency, you have utility with the spells and traps and stuff, right? But the downside is this deck's win condition is that boss monster. If that boss monster doesn't stick, you probably don't win the duel. So, this slot fits right here perfectly as if we are going to get another ritual monster, or maybe another type of monster. I say ritual monster, I don't know for sure, right? I think we could also see something like a rank 1 Exceed, because all of the main deck monsters are all level 1s, right? So maybe just like a rank 1 Exceed monster would be pretty cool, or maybe a Link 2, right, and stuff like that. But long story short, I want to give a quick just thing of what I would love to see here before we get it revealed, because we will get it revealed in the next couple weeks, because we're going to get all of this set revealed in the next couple weeks before the OCG actually gets the set. I would love to see a ritual monster. It could be a ritual monster. It could be, I'm going to come out and say ritual monster. Show me a ritual monster with 2,000 attack, okay, so that it still makes that threshold of being half of the materials to make the big boy, and it takes exactly 1 of the small guys to make it with the ritual spell, which would be really nice, in terms of card econ, because that's the biggest thing with this deck is because when your big boy doesn't stick, you lose the duel very often, is because it's a ritual deck. And unfortunately for rituals, they have to put a lot of card economy just into making 1 good monster. But if your opponent can out that 1 good monster, you're going to be in a pickle. So I'd love to see one that takes 1 less card to make, right? That's a little nicer. Pretty much what I want is a mini him, right? Not entirely, but I would love to see it with a slightly weaker disruption effect. I think maybe you could have a negation, but it doesn't destroy, right? Because he has send effect, so maybe pair negation with that. That could be pretty cool. By weaken it, but then weaken it by making it not able to actually destroy anything. That would work out pretty cool. And then maybe I think what would be really cool is if you gave it an effect that said it's kind of like Ben 10, Cyber Angel Ben 10. If this card is used as material for the ritual summon of whatever, a ritual summon, or for specifically a Draitron monster, maybe search a Draitron card from your deck to your hand. That would actually be really clean, because again, it just makes up for the absorbent amount of resources you have to put in to make your ritual boss monster. So you are getting something back. That essentially just nullifies that as a resource that you had to get rid of by just immediately searching another copy of something, which is really, really nice. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where we end up there. The only other thing I wanted to note here is that something that was a little bit different in the last deck build pack was that the Adamanticators had got 13 cards, which was normal. The Rikas got 13 cards, which is normal. But the Eldritch only got 10 cards, and that was something interesting to me, because there was a point where I was like, all right, guys, don't forget, we still might get 3 more cards. And then when I looked at the set, I was like, oh, they have everything. We're not getting any more. Crazy, right? This is the third archetype here. Obviously, 13 times 3 is 39. So if all 3 archetypes were getting 13 cards here, this would be the 39th card in the set. It is not. So we can almost assume that there's probably another archetype here that's going to have 10 cards in it. Obviously, that doesn't really matter, right? Like, Eldritch got 10 cards as opposed to Emancipator, and they are arguably just as good as each other. If not, Eldritch may have more versatility in where it can go, whereas Emancipator is like forced to be that combo type deck, right? So, just interesting to know. I mean, really, it's nothing actually crazy, but just so you know, not every archetype is going to get 13 cards here. The main thing, though, is this open slot. This has to be either an extra deck card or another ritual for this archetype. I'm really excited to see what it is, what it does, because this archetype is not without holes, but it's also not without a ton of potential. I definitely think this archetype still has potential. I'm really excited to see what this last card could be, because maybe they're holding it in the back to be like, yeah, you guys already see a lot of the potential, but then they're like, but this is the card that actually like covers up the holes and then like really allows that potential to flourish, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to make a cool video talking about that, because once I saw this today, I was literally like, that's crazy. I had been going this whole time thinking Draitrons are out of the way. Let's get to the next 2. But we're not even done with Draitrons in this set. So if you were a big fan, hopefully this gets you even more excited. Not even just excited for like future Draitron support down the line, but the fact that you've still got a card to go in this set still. Hopefully it does some justice to the archetype. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not the biggest Draitron fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I think I'm gonna lean towards the other archetypes more. But we have to see them, and also like, I still think they're cool though. I still think it is a cool deck. It just doesn't personally resonate with me, but I know a lot of people do. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from me in the future. I'm a crazy person. You've seen that. Things are moving in my room without people moving them. I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.